Hi, Charter Community. I am KVJ, the co-founder and CEO of Tough Day, and I'm excited to tell you a little bit more about what we do today and to actually give you all access to try out our AI Workplace Advisor. Okay, so let's dive right in. We really a tough day to superpower all employees to be self-reliant, resilient, and to succeed in their world of work. We know that's harder than ever today, and we think AI can be a big part of that solution. So what's really going on? The first thing to acknowledge is that the manager is the first stop for any challenge any worker has at work, anything that they need. And that makes it really hard for managers today. We know that one of the biggest problems in the workplace is that great managers just don't scale. They tell us, even great managers tell us, that they're really struggling to answer all of the needs of their people. We know that they're hitting them up on Teams and on Slack. They're waiting outside their office door if they are in the office. And it's really becoming difficult for managers to keep up with that demand. And if they're really great managers, it's not only their own team, it's often the teams around them as well that recognize them as great leaders who don't have a great manager themselves. They're coming in looking for advice. So we know manager engagements, it's at its lowest ever at 27%, and our managers need help. They need augmentation. And we also know that the workplace is getting a lot harder. We have the great flattening happening. 20% of companies are going to cut 50% of their middle management between now and 2026. Span of control is increasing. And as we work with our clients, we are hearing more and more managers saying they are going from having 6 or 7 direct reports to 20 or more direct reports. And they just say, how am I supposed to do this? And then finally, when they have all of these workers that they're trying to manage, there's an awful lot of conflict and confusion. We know that managers spend 25% of their time handling conflict, and that is 59 work days a year. It's a lot of time to be spent focused on conflict and helping their team manage through that instead of doing their day job, which is what they really want to be doing. And the question is, does that need to be their day job? The next problem is, what about all of those managers in the workplace that are really ill-equipped, unprepared, have not been trained? We know that most managers are hired for being great individual contributors, for being highly successful, high-performing employees, and then they're expected to manage a team. And even those who have training are really struggling because they forget 90% of what they learn within 30 days if they don't apply it in that moment. So really, we have a lot of managers that are going through training that are out of context, and then they just forget and they're winging it at work, which makes it really difficult for all their employees. So we know that when great managers fall short or ill-equipped managers fall short, everyone's suffering. And we know engagement is also at an all-time low for employees at 21% engagement, 23% lower profitability as a result, and 18% lower revenue in those workplaces where people are not engaged. And so all of this becomes really hard for employees. No one wants to suffer and no one wants to do a bad job. And where do they go when they're struggling? Well, a lot of them go to friends and family outside of work, and that is just not the right place to go, because what is going to happen? Those people might give them hugs and make them feel better, but they're really not equipped to help either. They don't have management or HR or employment law or ER capabilities. So they're asking the wrong people and getting the wrong kind of help. And that is why we have invented Tuffy, the AI Workplace Advisor. Our AI Tuffy provides contextual, confidential, expert guidance in your moment of need, on demand, anytime, day or night when you need help. Tuffy is designed to be very smart, specialized, and safe. And we've done that by bringing together great content partners. Charter, as an example, is one of our wonderful content partners. So all of their brilliant writing and research is part of Tuffy's brain. We've also curated other amazing authors, researchers, content with their partnership to put that into Tuffy and bring that knowledge to workers in need in the moment that they need it. We have also the ability to customize this for your organization, to bring in your handbooks, policies, processes, organizational knowledge, strategy, values, things that really make Tuffy smart about your organization. And we've made this very safe, and we protect workers' confidentiality, so any worker can talk about anything that they want to, and their data stays with them. That is not shared with the organization. What the organization gets is anonymized trends so that they can kind of keep their finger on the pulse of what's going on in the organization without exposing any of those individual conversations. And of course, with our excellent cognitive technology, we're learning all the time and building a memory for each individual so that all of this wisdom and guidance can be personalized to that individual. And we're excited to give you all a chance to chat with Tuffy. My guidance to you as you go in is to really talk with Tuffy like it's your mentor or like a human manager. Focus on your real experience. As you go in, think about a time when you were struggling with something or just navigating something simple like a performance review or giving some tough feedback or something that you know someone else went through. Embody that real experience. And the next step is to truly be human, come in, share openly, be emotional, put yourself in the shoes of that person in that situation. Our goal is not just Q&A and to be a search. It's really to provide agency. So think about what you need in that moment and what your ideal outcome is. And we're trying to help you get to your ideal outcome. And finally, as you're participating in Charter's Work Summit today, think about the topics being explored. Listen, wonder, ask Tuffy about those things. What should Tuffy say? Does Tuffy say it that way? We're really interested in your provocations that come out of the thinking and the thought leadership today, and would love for you to give us some feedback. So here is your access to Tuffy. For those of you who opted in to have email communications, you will find that you have already received an email with your access. You can easily click there to register for Tough Day and get started on your desktop. Once you do register, you can also download our app on the Apple App Store and communicate with Tuffy through that app. And for those of you who did not opt in for email, you can still log in here. This is your code and the URL so that you too can register for Tuffy and get going today. If you need any help, our team is in the chat. Just mention that you want to talk with us about Tuffy, comments, questions, what have you. We can do it there. Or you can email help@tough.day and we are there to help you. We hope that you enjoy the experience talking with Tuffy and you get some wonderful advice. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Enjoy the conference.